I'm going to show you my favorite routine to work on my hip mobility. This is something I either perform in the mornings to prime my hips for the rest of the day, or I'll perform it before a lower body dominant workout. So there's no equipment necessary, you just need to get on the ground. And there's 3 levels to this. So it's going to go beginner, intermediate, advanced. So the beginner portion is just doing what we call hip windshield wipers. So our legs are kind of in this 90 degree angle here. And we're just going to slowly rock from side to side. And that helps us get into external rotation on one hip while getting into internal rotation on the other, and really just trying to get a gauge for how your hips are moving that day. All right. Sometimes just doing this assessment, I could tell, ooh, I might not have it today, so I might modify my workout accordingly. All right, so this is the beginner. If this is all you can handle, then there's nothing wrong with this. It's a great way to move your hips first thing in the morning. But let's get a little bit more advanced. So we're going to incorporate more of a stretch within the stretch. So from this 90-90 position, now I'm going to lean over this leg here, my right side, so I get a good stretch on my outside glutes. And then I'm going to bring it back up, windshield wiper to the other side, do the same thing. Lean forward until I feel that big pull on the outside. And then I'm going to push my leg or shin into the ground to help give me momentum to swing over to the other side. And then I'm just going to repeat this for a good 5 to 10 on each side. All right, and there's our intermediate stretch, but everybody wants the advanced. So let's start that on this side. So all 3 of these moves are from the same exact position. So the second one, I leaned forward and then drove back up. This time I'm going to lean forward, drive my shin into the ground to help bring my hips up and through. And then I'm going to sit back down, windshield wiper over to the other side, lean forward, drive shin in, bringing hips up and through. I think you get the memo after just doing a couple of these. This is more advanced, so you might only be able to do 3 or 4 on each side. But the goal is to aim for a full 10. That's how you know your hips are going to be nice and loose for whatever you have in store that day. And lean forward, drive, boom, bang, pow. Oh. And doing this right now, I could tell I should probably do this in the evenings too to open up my mobility even quicker. I'm going to lean forward, drive that shin into the ground, hips up and through, and then bring it back. We'll finish off this rep. Boom. Drive, up, through, So like I mentioned, if you can't do the intermediate or advanced, just stick with the beginner windshield wipers. Now the beautiful thing about just the windshield wipers, it's a great assessment to know how you're moving in internal rotation and external rotation. So if you felt tension at the beginning just with the hip windshield wipers, and you did the intermediate or the advanced, we'll go back through, finish off with doing the hip windshield wipers, and this should feel buttery smooth now. If it doesn't, then you know you have a little bit of work to do. You might have to do this multiple times a day until this starts to feel smooth again. Well, there you have it, my favorite way to mobilize the hips. And the reason I love this so much is, well, it works on our mobility, but a lot of this is active stretching. So we're loosening the tissues, but also forcing it to contract. And that's how we hold on to ranges for longer periods of time. If you only have 5 minutes a day to work on that hip mobility, this is your routine right there. Like I said, this is perfect for a warm-up. And if you do it in the evenings, that's twice a day, you'll start to feel a lot looser within a week or 2. If you want to see more hip mobility content, well, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, let me know what you want to see next.